According to Nigeria's 2006 population census, youths constitute 34% of total population in the country, which explains why the growing rate of youth restiveness is becoming a prominent issue.
We have no direction to plan for the youths and the teeming youths coming on board year by year. Unemployment and Nigerians, we are not actually planning for them.
Government, too, has a role to play by creating avenues for youths to use their energies positively.
Most of our universities here are poorly funded. Let's tell ourselves the truth. They are poorly funded. You have maybe in a particular course, so many students are cramped up in one lecture theater for lecture. What kind of situation is that? What are you going to learn in that kind of place?
A lot has been said about reviving the agriculture sector through the youth, but so far, only lip service has been paid to this promise.
The use that the land has been subjected to over the years have also reduced the productivity of the land. So there are things the government must do. The necessary seedlings, the necessary implements, the necessary support. And also, government must begin to think of having a place where they have pool of all these implements that they can give out to these young ones that want to go out to go into agriculture, that they can use. They should have the harvester, they should have the plowing machine, they should have the tractors, that the young ones could come, take it for a few hours to use in their land, even at no cost.
We are talking of agriculture. How do we encourage the youths? How do you mobilize them to agricultural sector to embark on farming? We are talking of skill acquisition center. Where do we really have a skill acquisition center? For us to launch what we call the industrial base, that means we have to start from somewhere else, like the Chinas and all others there. Let's go back to drawing board. Where have we gone wrong? Where are we today?
Many believe youths need to broaden their horizon and contribute to the national development rather than constantly complaining of lack of jobs.
I can say boldly that there's a lot of potential in our youth, because if you look at, for instance, if you go to Aba, for instance, you see the shoes that they have made in those places. Those shoes, they compete favorably with shoes from other parts of the world, the designers and all those kind of things. If you see some of them, you will never believe they are made here. But because we have the mentality to patronize things that are made outside, these things are just left like that. There has to be a deliberate effort, a deliberate plan, a campaign that we can patronize what is in this country.
It behoves on the youth now to find a way of doing something for themselves, because I know that every youth has a potential, has something embedded in him that he can use to get something going. But the challenge we are in a generation that a young man comes out of school, he's thinking of being a millionaire the next day, and the humility to start small is not there. But I know that every person have the potential of greatness. Even those that are rich today, several of them started small.
Nigerian youths these days have taken a liking to politics, many, however, for wrong reasons, as some of them have become stooges and thugs in the hands of selfish politicians. Analysts say there's nothing wrong in youth interest in politics, but it must be done decently.
We must encourage them to look at virtues, values, and proper values. Unfortunately, a lot of people, when they're growing up, the mentality in this country is that there's money somewhere to be taken to do this, that, especially when they are going to government or politics. Even youth can be in government, yes. The Prime Minister of Canada is a young person, is in his 40s. So there's no problem with that. But you see, we must have the right orientation. We must have the right education, the right background. And education is not just reading and writing. Education has to do with the total man.
Because you don't do that, that is why they are involved in election rigging, thuggery. Because we don't have plan for the teeming youth. For the youth, that's why there's unemployment. And how do you avoid that?
As the world and technology appear to be moving at the speed of light, Nigerian youths need to move in a positive direction at the same speed if they are to truly be proper leaders of tomorrow, as youths in other nations are beginning to display. Nkoma Obasi, AIT News, Abuja.